Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is September the 2nd, 2021, and today the topic is In His Image. First, I want to give you guys a shout out real quick. Long story short, y'all know yesterday I pretty much did regular stuff. Y'all know how that goes. But um, if you notice on my social media, I did announce that we have a new sponsor. So shout out to OK Boomer Productions. He's the same guy that made um, my videos, my promo videos for the juice, and that intro that you just saw. He made that as well. He's decided to become a sponsor. So that is a blessing, man. I'm looking forward to see what this collaboration is going to bring. I'm very excited and whatnot. If you guys want to look up more information about him, check out boomersmith.com. That's boomersmith.com. And again, his business is OK Boomer Productions. and yeah, I'm really excited about, us collaborating and whatnot. And so that's one announcement for today. Um, but yeah, so uh not too much to report for yesterday. Like I said, regular stuff, man. Y'all know how it is. um, however, woke up this morning. I was a little bit tired. I think because it was like I did take some time in the daytime yesterday to kind of rest, and then that means I was up later a little bit, and then by the time I went back to sleep again, and then I got up early, so I think that's the reason why I was a little tired when I got up this morning. But I pushed through. I went on ahead and got up. You know what I'm saying? And here we are. And so I did my prayer meditation, and it was a good reminder about being, created in God's image and everything like that. And so that got me to thinking, got my wheels turning. I guess that's where the topic came from for today. But the interesting thing was, as I went deeper, I ended up reading, I guess, like to get a better understanding of the beginning. Um, and so if you notice in the go deeper section, you're going to see that I read quite a bit. So yeah, if you guys want to do what I did, basically Genesis 1, Genesis 2, Genesis 3, Genesis 4, Genesis 5, Genesis 6, and Genesis 7 is what I ended up reading this morning. And yeah. But here we are, and here's the verses that I came across this morning in regards to this topic of in his image. And we'll see what the Lord has to say. um, so the first verse is Psalm 139 and 14. It says, I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. Um, unfortunately, I feel like a lot of us don't realize that we're fearfully and wonderfully made. A lot of us don't realize that there's, value, that we are of value. Um, and for me, I think that's one of the issues of, I guess, stemming off of what I was talking about yesterday, this idea of there being no God and everything like that. Then, ultimately it's easy to believe that there's no purpose to your life. There's no rhyme or reason that you're here. It's all a mistake or whatever the case is, whatever people feel. Um, and so this idea again of being fearfully and wonderfully made is lost by the wayside because, if there's no God, you know, what's the point of anything? Um, so, I mean, that's something to go deeper about, something to think about there. But that is the first verse I came across when I looked up verses centered around in his image. Now, the interesting thing is this next couple of verses, I guess I would say. I mean, I probably could have found a way to kind of, you know, um, limit it a little bit, but I'm like, I'm just going to read the entire thing because I ended up writing the entire thing. So, um, yeah, and it's Genesis 1:26 and 27. Um, but yeah, of course, if you're going to think about anything regarding in his image, you're most likely going to think about Genesis because in that whole section of, well, what I'm about to read right now. So, Genesis 1:26 and 27. It says, Then God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Yeah. So I mean, hopefully I didn't lose you all in the midst of all that, that he gave us dominion over, which that's something, you know. I mean, oh, I don't know what the Lord give me these things, but basically what came into my mind just now is, you know, we barely feel like we have any dominion over our minds. Yet God gave us dominion over all these things, like the fish of the sea and the birds in heaven and the livestock and the earth and every creeping thing. But we don't even have dominion over our own minds in this season and, in this generation, uh, which is quite interesting to think about. But aside from that, right, I think that what I gathered today, even though I read a lot, I read pretty much from the beginning to up to Noah. And I mean, for me, I think it's like you could see God's intention throughout that whole thing. His intention for marriage, his intention for male and female, um, all these different things, all the things that are up in question right now, all the things that people are like debating about and up in arms about, is clearly mapped out. Because even when I know I kind of touched on the idea of like polyamory, or however it goes, polygamy, or whatever the case is, and like I don't know, it's like even when I look at those first few, like I said, Genesis, those books, you would say, um, it's like it's very clear what the intention was, and then until like somebody decided to do something different, and then but still like and then it's like again, okay, the intention with everything, like even with when it comes to the first murder, that's in those sections that I read, and just everything. Now I can't lie and say that there was a couple of questions that I had, as I was reading. I just was like, well, Lord, why'd you do this, why'd you do that, or whatever the case is, or the interactions, or whatever the case was, just kind of like looking at that like, you know. But I mean, hey, who am I? I'm just, one random human as well, and so who am I to question God in that regard of, why did he do this or do that? I mean, at the end of the day, if I'm going to believe that everything is planned, right, and everything works together for the good and everything like that, I had to believe that those things happen and those things were allowed because it ultimately is going to lead for the good. So with that being said, I mean, I can take you guys to Galatians 3:28, and it says, there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither slave nor free, there is no male or female, no male and female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. I mean, I don't know if I need to read that again or what, but I mean, that should give us a perspective. That really should. Like, on one hand, I get it. Like, people, we want to just, we want to have pride, right? We want to be, feel special and all those things. And we are, right? We each individual person, I do believe, is special in our own way. As the first verse shared, we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and we're all unique, even down to our fingerprints and all these different things. So yes, in that regard, we are unique and special and amazing and all those different things. But I think one of the issues, at least what I see, as just one human on earth, is that, we're trying to, I guess, feel as if like one group is superior over another group and all of that. And so I feel like that verse that I just shared, Galatians 3:28, is one of those that, I mean, should maybe humble us, should just kind of, again, give us a perspective of how God sees us. And that is that, we're all one in Jesus, in Christ Jesus. That's what it says. So no group is better than the other one, and in that aspect. I know that might be controversial. I don't know, but I'm just saying what the words say. So that's what I thought of as I read that verse this morning. And yeah. Now, another verse I want to share with you guys is John 1:12. It says, "But to all who did receive him, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God." Again, the gift is for everybody. Again, this whole idea of dividing all of us, this whole idea of pitting us against each other, we have to see that that's not of God. In my humble opinion, we have to see that anything like that can't be a God, because he's united us in this way through Jesus. He's given us all the opportunity to come to him. And so, I mean, I guess when we think about this again, this topic of in his image, we have to understand that it's for everybody. And, and because it's for everybody, that means, that we all should, what came in my mind just now was be more welcoming. But yeah, I mean, let's go with that. Let's be more welcoming to, each and every person, whether they're male or female, whether they are Jews or Greek or any other race or any other group, whether they are rich or poor, slave or free, however you want to look at it. None of that stuff means anything to God, from what I'm understanding here. And because of that, he's given us all access through Jesus. And I think for me, at least for my little humble understanding, I think that's why that was the importance of what Jesus did. That's the importance of what God has done in this plan and everything like that. And yeah, I hope that encourages you and inspires you today to know that yes, you, whoever's listening to the sound of my voice today, you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and you have access to God through Jesus. No matter what you look like, no matter if you're male or female, no matter what, and yes, I just, to me, again, reading over all those chapters this morning and just really seeing, I would say, the heart of God as well as the intention of God and everything like that. Because you could even see it with how the people was brought into, like I just read about Noah at the end, and in Genesis 6 and 7, and so you could see how people were trying to just really defend their point of view, right? They'll really be like, oh yes, well, the Bible says multiple wives. So, but it was like, just because he allowed certain people to keep their multiple wives don't mean that that was the intention. Like you can see, like I said, when I saw the people that was in the came in with Noah, it was Noah and his wife, his sons and their wives, and they each had one. I mean, just little stuff like that for me was just those confirmations of like the intentions of God. And again, I don't know if people think that deep about it. I guess you have to go deeper and really think about stuff like that. You know, and no judgment, right? I mean, obviously, hey, God judges all of that. Do whatever you want to do. That's the world we live in. You have the free will to do whatever you want to do. However, if you're going to be a believer, right, and you're going to reference what God says or reverence it or whatever the case is, then just acknowledge the intentions of God, and I think it's easily seen through His word. So that's why we need to get into His word ourselves. And yeah, that's the juice, y'all. That's the juice. Now, the Bible verse of today is Romans 12:21. It says, "Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. There you go, Facebook and YouTube. I see that look like a couple of people popped in and popped out, but no worries. Whoever watches, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're encouraged and inspired, at least to know that you are made in God's image. And yeah, as for the rest of that stuff, going deeper about God's intention and taking a look at the beginning and all those things. Again, I hope that encourages you and inspires you as well. I mean, there's a lot to take in. There was a lot to take in, reading all those chapters and whatnot. But I think it's good. I think it's good to take out that time and read, see what the word says. And then from there, I guess just look at your life, and ask God, right? Ask God, am I in your will? And I'm sure He'll let you know. He'll let you know whether that's yay or nay. And if you see that if your life isn't lining up with His will and whatnot, then I mean, understand that. Hey, think about that verse, Genesis 1:27 through 26, 26 and 27. We have dominion over all these things. God gave us dominion over all these things. So I mean, not to say having dominion over your body and your mind and all those things are small, because they're not small things, I would say. But I mean, goodness gracious, if we got dominion over the fish and the birds and the livestock and all the creeping things on earth and all this, goodness gracious, can you have dominion over your mind then? Can you exercise some of that dominion over your own mind? I mean, goodness, can you try to exercise some dominion over your own body? I mean, I feel like that's called self-control and all those things. And so, no, that's a whole topic all by itself. So I'll let y'all guys go. But yeah, again, thank you all for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.